So we didn't want to just give you all this information and then leave you with nowhere else to go. So we've made a teacher resource page where you can go and look at some cool things that you can use in your classroom, and also some websites that can help you in teaching Indigenous Australians the best way. So the first one we've included pictures of each thing so you can get a brief summary of it. So the first one is resources for teaching Indigenous students. So the University of Wollongong has some great resources on the best practices with ATSI teaching. It's useful for how to connect and engage the Indigenous students in your class, which will be inevitable to help and learning taking place about health. The next one we have is the Kids Matter resource portal. This has many programs, activities, ideas for teaching in the classroom, and these are linked with health content which include physical and mental health. So that will be a great resource to use. Then we also have the Australian Institute of Health and Welfare. They've put together a list of iPad apps, quizzes, slideshows and PowerPoints for teaching that are available from the links that are there, and that's an awesome resource. You can just go and look at all the links and find something that will suit your classroom. We've got traditional games and activities. Although they're not specific to ATSI health, you can include them in your classroom and they will be a great help for anything. The next one we have is teaching Aboriginal students. It's another page. It's by the Creative Spirits. So it's a website to help you deal with teaching them and also how to approach the different situations, and it gives you things to keep in mind when teaching Indigenous students. Most importantly, it addresses the issues that sometimes, without realising it, us as the teachers can add to the issue, which can cause it sometimes to get worse and maybe out of control. So that's a great website with lots of information on just how to teach these students the best way possible, so that they will always be learning and loving to learn. The next one we have is Closing the Gap. It's a great document by the Australian government that talks about engaging Indigenous students through the school-based health education, and it gives lots of information, and the aim is closing the gap, and it's by Australian government, so it's a great resource and great approved information. The next one is the TED Talk that I've mentioned in my previous videos. It's about how to teach Indigenous Australians the best way, helping to understand their culture and how to teach them in a way that is engaging, and also to help them get through school, because the statistics show that most Indigenous students do not finish school. So it's just helping to change that statistic and get Indigenous students through school. So yeah, have a look at those and go through them, find out some things that could work in your classroom.